Hummingbird Farm, which was a community kind of chosen name. Represents a lot to not just the immediate residents, but San Francisco as a whole. So with these seed lots, I also want to encourage folks to set the intention of really honoring the fires and the families, the animals, and the plants that were affected north of our land. My name is Jacqueline Gutierrez. I am the Youth Programs Coordinator at PODER. I first came into PODER as an urban campesinex, which is kind of a collective of youth who were really passionate and engaged around what it means to interact with the land in order to restore and heal our communities through land reclamation, public land reclamation. I grew up coming to this park, to the soccer fields that we see behind here with my dad during the weekends, and remembering this whole plot was just empty, right? Often we'd see a lot of garbage.
It had a lot of trash, and a lot of people, it wasn't really used that much, you know? And so now, you know, it's going to be this thriving space where people come and grow food and, you know, share food and just really, you know, convivir, you know, coexist.
I think it's special for this land to be cultivated here in the district that we are in, the Excelsior in District 11, in overall southeast San Francisco, because traditionally we experience these neighborhoods as food deserts, but I think I've learned to move away from what a food desert is, just because, you know, I acknowledge that a desert is an ecosystem, and within that there is life, right? And what happens in our neighborhoods southeast of San Francisco and beyond is really food apartheid. So having this land in this space is very important, right? As a way to be able to learn and to cultivate our own produce. So it's very important.
Food breaks barriers, you know, that's what it's been for you know, for years, you know, for centuries, for all of our ancestors, you know, the sharing of food, the sharing of words. A bit of food turns into a conversation into a friendship, you know, and that's how things grow. That's why this space is really important.
This is one of the most diverse neighborhoods in San Francisco. I think for me this represents just a way for our communities to be in solidarity with each other, culturally, across languages, across borders. It's not just a place to grow food, but a place for us to connect to our land, to connect to our ancestry, and to keep fighting for the stuff that we need in our communities.
The community was super excited. The community was always on board. We did a lot of door knocking and some surveys, and people were all like, wow, you guys are doing this? Wow, when is it going to be here? When can I come? How do I get a plot there? And you know, how do I come and hang out with you guys? No money out of my pocket, you know, public space, and you know, it's owned by the residents of San Francisco and the residents of these neighborhoods, and it's everybody's, you know. So it's not individualized plots, but it's, you know, public space.
It takes a lot of hard work and partnership with city departments that, to be very real, has not been fair to our communities historically.
It's a challenge in the sense that there's so much up against our communities that for some people maybe this isn't a priority, right? And I think that's why it's important for us to grow together, to recognize that like this is more than just a place to grow food. It's a place to come together, but acknowledging that this is a start, right? I think that's the challenge. It's acknowledging that this is only a start and just envisioning like what's to come. How is this going to inspire future farmers, Black and brown farmers, Chinese farmers? How is this going to inspire artists to be present and active in the space? Educators, there's a lot of local schools here that I'm just dreaming and, you know, waiting for them to use this as a field trip space, as an outdoor classroom. You know, this is only the beginning. I think there's still a lot of land that needs nourishment, that needs to be cultivated.
I think it's important to acknowledge that, you know, if you come here and you work with the land, it becomes yours. Everybody's welcome, you know, come through to hang out, maybe bring an instrument if you would like, or, you know, just come and, you know, bring ingredients, bring it back to harvest food, and just come and share your energy and share your, you know, your spirit and build community.